In this video, we're going to tackle the pretty simple concept of job types. Let's dive right into LMN now. To set up your job types, you're going to go to Settings. Down on the left-hand side, you're going to click Job Types. So what's a job type? A job type is a way of differentiating the different types of jobs you have. Let's take a quick look at the Jobs menu to see what I mean. If I go to Jobs, I can sort and filter my jobs by job type. Job type could be install, service, internal, snow. Thing is, you can set up however many job types you'd like. So a job type just basically classifies what type of job this is. Usually companies use it to classify a job by division. So if you want to see different job types in your job type list here, then what you do is go to Settings, go to Job Types, and you can add to that list here. Now, why are job types important, or how are they used? Let's open one up to see how we can use them. So I'll click on the service job type. I've got a job type name here, service. Task notes means when your crews are done clocking in and out of service jobs, do I want to prompt them for task notes? And I can choose yes or no. Do I want to prompt them for weather notes? Yes or no. And equipment notes? Yes or no. So this allows us to collect different data from the field based on the job type. For instance, if we look at snow, for liability purposes, it's pretty important to track the weather when we're performing snow services. So on my snow job type, I'm going to turn weather comments on. Now what that does is when the crews are out in the field and they clock into a snow job and then they clock out of it, it's going to prompt them for the weather. Now LMN will actually automatically detect the current weather using a local weather station and pull that information into the comments for them. So that's even automatic, but you definitely want to track that information. And that's how to turn it on. And that makes it so that I don't have to have weather comments on all my jobs. I probably don't need it for service or install, but I do want it for snow. So for any jobs that are job type snow, I've got my weather comments turned on here. And if I looked here at install, I'd have them off. So that's the one big use for job types. It helps you track the right information when crews are clocking out. The other big one is payroll codes. So if I go up here to payroll, what I can do is set up install setups to use a certain payroll code. Now I've got mine set up to my account default. So if we're working on install jobs, it's just our regular payroll codes. You can find out what your account default is by going here. So I'm going to click cancel. I'm going to go to payroll, and there's my account default payroll codes. So it's field wages and field wages salary, or most of you probably have overtime on. So it's field wages, overtime, and field wages salary. Now, when we're working snow, maybe my employees are paid a different rate of pay. And to do that, I would just go to payroll codes. And now I would configure the 3 payroll code options, one for hourly overtime, and one for salary for our snow work. And this way, when an employee was working on snow jobs, it will export to QuickBooks a different payroll code. And if I flash back to QuickBooks here, if employees have payroll codes set up for regular work and payroll codes set up for work, when an employee works in LMN time on a snow job, it's going to export that snow payroll code. And so when it comes here to pay Larry Labor his wages, it'll look. If he worked on a regular job, it's going to use the regular payroll codes. It's going to pay Larry $15 an hour. If Larry works on a snow job, though, it's going to export that snow code and automatically pay Larry $19 an hour for that time. So even if Larry switches his tasks within the same week, maybe it's early in the season or late in the season, and for a couple of days he's working on snow, and then he goes back out and works on install jobs, it'll pay him the correct rate of pay for the work he's performing, because we've set up here payroll codes by job type. And that's how you could pay employees different wages by job type. Also really handy if you do union work or prevailing wage work, you can set up one of those codes so that when employees are working on those jobs, it rolls over to QuickBooks as their prevailing wage payroll codes and pays the employees the appropriate rates of pay for that particular job. Not the simplest concept in a quick video, but it is pretty much that simple. You set up your job types and you set up a payroll code for each job type if you need it. If you don't need it, just leave it at your account default and it'll just pay your employee the regular rates of pay. For more questions, reach out to us at live chat up in the top corner of your LMN, or hit us up on the help center at golmn.com/help, or email us at advice@golmn.com. We're eager to help you get this set up. Once you understand how to use this and set it up correctly, you'll save tons of hours over the year, making sure your employees are paid correctly for the work that they're performing.